I'm alright. Why don't you just let me be? You've got to give me a sign. Why don't you just let me be? Do what you like. Ooh, do what you like today. Ooh. Okay, I warned that I might be singing on this episode. So I didn't say I'd be doing it in the perfect key or with the actual lyrics. But anyway, I looked up the lyrics. I was like, I didn't know that's what they were. So they were less positive than what I was thinking about. I'm going to hoop for just a couple of moments here while I let people join on the live feed. And if you are watching live, great. Thank you so much. If you're watching on the recording, again, thank you so much. And what are you watching, may you ask? Might you ask? I am your host, Shay Rippinger, and of Hip the Hoopla, and you are watching the Hoopla of Y'all show. And the theme of this particular show is the power of positivity and how outlook is everything. And I'm going to be previewing how to do something of that nature. Okay, so now that I have a few people joining me on the live feed, let's get into the actual show, shall we? Okay, so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I will get back to the hooping on the Hoopla of Y'all show. If you haven't been here before, I talk about health, humor, and hooping. And again, I am your host, Shay Rippinger of Hip the Hoopla. And in this particular episode, again, I'm going to be talking about the power of positivity and why outlook is everything. And specifically, how you can improve your outlook as number one. We're going to do a really quick, a really cool laughter yoga exercises, which is a side undulation breath. That's going to be really fun to do. And we're going to be doing a really nice hoop. It's a really fun hoop recovery move. So if you do happen to hula hoop and you are watching us for the hula hooping, I'm going to teach you a way in case, I always say, if you're not dropping your hoop, you're not trying anything new. So, and a lot of times when you drop your hoop, it's much like anything in life. You got to pick it back up and get back into it. So I'm going to show you a great way to be able to do that. All righty. So welcome. And thank you so much for being here. I'm going to give you a quick little introduction of who I am. I'm Shay Rippinger of Hip the Hoopla, and I have a background. I have some notes here too, so that I remember who I am. I try and do this with a lot of humor, and so that's part of my personality. It's a little more pumped up for the show, but those of you who know me in real life know that I try and make a little bit light of most everything possible, even the darker stuff too. So I know a lot of times we need more positivity in our lives. So anyway, get back to the introduction. I'm a pro hula hooper. So I actually do hula hooping for a living, and I've been doing that for 12 years now. I have been a dance instructor for, we're just going to say, for well over 3 decades. And I'm also a health coach. We used to have a health food store, and I was the sports consultant there. So I learned a lot about different things and worked with a lot of different people there. And I'm also a happiness coach. I call myself a health and happiness coach. One of the reasons why I work with happiness, I am a certified laughter yoga leader, and I just like to promote that out in the world. I like to see people positive. I think happiness, if you are happy, you are more well in your body, in your mind, in your emotions, and your spirit. So that's one of the reasons why I really like to promote happiness a lot. Not just promote me, but it's not about me. It's about just making sure people around me are as happy as possible, happy and healthy as possible, because those really have an impact on who we are and what we do. And I've been running my business for 9 years now. And so it's a lot of fun. I make hula hoops, I teach hoop dancing, and I coach on health and happiness. So anyway, that's a little bit about me and my background. And also on the humor part, I'm actually a professional humorist too, because I was a cartoonist for well over 2 decades, and so a professional cartoonist and a professional columnist as well, humor columnist. So in a major paper, the Denver Post, Sunday Denver Post, I used to have a column called Dating and Hand Grenades. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, alrighty, let's get into the meat of the show here. And the first segment here is about my health recommendation and why we definitely need positivity all the time, but I think especially right now, whenever you're watching this, right now is a good time for positivity. And you can definitely look a lot around you and see things that aren't necessarily positive. The interesting thing is when you have a glass of liquid and it has liquid in it, the interesting thing is it has liquid in it. Now, how you choose to see it, your emotional input into that, the how you skew it, how you spin it, how you interpret it, is all up to you. But the glass has the exact amount of fluid in it, however you want to see it. So in other words, the old saying goes, the glass is half full, glass is half empty. However you see that, but it's more than that. It's really what you put into it. And I'm going to go through a few things, 3 steps that I like about how you can improve your outlook. So, I don't wake up every morning and I roll out of bed and I just put on my rosy glasses and everything is fine and perfect and dandy. And I go through my day skipping and I greet everybody I meet with the most positive words ever. I wish that were the case. It's not. I have to work at it just like everybody else does. And some days it's easier than others. And but it's something that I actually really enjoy doing because it just puts a lot of good out there in the world. And again, sometimes it's not very easy. So it takes some effort to do this. But anyway, sometimes when you are not in your most positive state, but you want to be in your positive state, you just need to stop and notice when you're not. That's the first step. Just noticing when you're not in your most positive state. Second thing is just to find in that moment about what you're looking at that you might not have the most positive outlook on. See what is good in that situation, because there is always something good. And and it may take a little effort to see that. I know sometimes when tragedy strikes, it's hard to be grateful. It's hard to be appreciative. It's hard to see the good in something that in the moment really looks massively not happy. But there is a silver lining. Maybe, okay, I'm just going to use an example of, let's say you have a relative in the hospital, and that you're not feeling really good about that, but you can appreciate and have gratitude for the skilled healthcare workers that are taking care of your family member. You can be grateful that they're in a place that is safe. Hi, Cherish. You can be grateful for all the love that they've given you and all the love that you're sending them. You can be grateful and see the light in all of this. You can get on the phone and start a happy energy circle, a prayer circle, whatever, to get people on board to help with that energy and also help, get your energy up and also help know about what's going on. So that's one way to do that. So you notice what's going on, you try and see the good in it. And then the third step is to focus on that positive and to just breathe through that. And that actually Cherish is commenting on this. very right now. Her husband is in the hospital right now, so we send love and blessings out to him. And also, I'd like to dedicate this show to Cherish and her husband Benjamin as well. So I was going to dedicate this to another person tonight, but I'm going to dedicate my next show to that person. So because Cherish is here right now, and I haven't dedicated a show to Benjamin yet. So anyway, Benjamin and Cherish, we send you all of our love. Send them positive energy. It's always a good thing. Hi, Mallory. So yes. So send loving energy, that circle of energy, that positive, happy, healthy, healing energy. I write that on my comments when I'm sending, and it just sending positive thoughts to somebody. So that really does help. They've actually have scientifically proven. So the people that you are sending positive energy to don't even have to know about it. So it's not even about that. It's just bringing that all up. Hi, Karen, how you doing? So, alrighty. So we covered the health part and how we move from a state of maybe not so positive to seeing that our outlook is everything, and how to be more positive in the moment, in each moment. Now we're going to do a little laughter yoga. So I'm going to continue with a little bit. So this is a little bit humorous, but I highly encourage you to do this with me. So you could do this in your chair if you like. I was trying this in my chair before and I was able to do it, but I'm going to have you stand up if you are able to stand up. Thank you for the hearts out. I appreciate that. Okay, I might need a little space for this. Not really, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a, let's see, what was I calling it before? A side undulation breath. It's a laughter yoga. I'm turning this into a laughter yoga exercise. So it's a dance move. And if you're not feeling all that dancy with it, just do the best you can with this and just enjoy the movement. So what it's going to look like is we're going to take the shoulders, roll them back, and we're going to do this to the side. So I'm going to start over to the right side, and I'm going to take a deep breath in with this. So I'm going to undulate with this, and then I'm going to take a deep breath in to the left side. So as we inhale it in, and then exhale and release that out. Inhale it into the other side, and exhale and release that out. Now we're going to add a smile and laughter to that now that we have the movement. So you're just taking, hi Mallory, so hi Karen. So we're just taking and rolling the shoulders back, this laughter yoga exercise, side undulation. So we're taking, rolling, inhale it in through the nose and then laugh it out as we exhale it out, out to the other side. Inhale it in. Laughter yoga, laughter, exhale it out. Let's try it just to one side, just to keep it a little less confusing. So just to one side, just pick a side, and we're going to take it, inhale it, and then laugh it out. Inhale it in, and laugh and exhale it out. Inhale it in, and laugh and exhale it out. It's hard to say all that and do it at the same time. All right, let's try it to the other side, whichever side you didn't do that side. Okay, so we're going to take a nice inhale in, roll the shoulders back, inhale through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth and laugh it out. Inhale it in, undulate it out, exhale it out. Inhale it in, exhale and laugh it out. One more time, inhale it in, exhale and laugh it out. And just continue laughing and smiling and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we're going to go back to regular breathing. And at the end of laughter yoga exercises, how we conclude those is we take our hands together nice and big and wide, and we take them together. We do this twice. Try this with me. Very good, yay. And we say that again, very good, yay. And that helps activate all the acupressure points on the hands, which you don't see a lot of sad kids going around doing this, because this is making them happy. So try this as an adult. It's very fun. So yeah. Lots of fun. All righty. So now I also promised you a cool hoop move, and this is a hoop recovery move. This is going in with the theme of the show about the power of positivity. This is a whole series about the power of positivity. I'm going to be taking some different elements about the positive power of positivity, and this particular one, outlook is everything. This is how to do this particular recovery move. So what we're going to do is Okay, I have it doesn't matter what size hoop you have on this. I'm using a small light hoop because I'm in a little bit of a small space here, but you can use whatever hoop you like. So you're hula hooping along and you go to drop the hoop and it's oh no, and you pick it up and you're just like, I dropped the hoop. Okay, your outlook on this is probably not all that positive, right? So now what we're going to do instead, the hoop is a big circle. So so I'm going to lisp now. So what you're going to do is this big circle, throw your hand anywhere, aim for the middle of the big circle. So much like the hoop is like life. It is a big round circle. So, when it gets out of control, just aim for the circle and help recover it. Okay. So what we're going to do is, let's say you can just take and throw, and you're just going to you can just do a big hook arm if you want. You can grab it with your hand if you want, but basically, and sometimes it's not going to work. That's what happens. That's how hooping goes. That's how life goes. Sometimes the things that you try aren't going to work, but that's okay. I want you to act as if you're going to catch it and give it a try. And if you don't catch it, act as though you meant to do that. So what we're going to do is we're just taking and throwing our hand up in the middle of the big circle anywhere. So just take it and just keep moving with it. That's the trick with this. And also, hooping, metaphor for life. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Even when you whack yourself in the face just like that, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Act as if that didn't hurt. Act as if you didn't just knock your teeth out. Just kidding. I didn't do that. But anyway, it did hurt my nose a little bit. But anyway, so, so the arm is one way to do that. You can also use any other appendage that you feel fit. If you can get an elbow in there, go for it. If you can get a foot in there, go for it. If you can get a knee in there, go for it. So there's lots of things that you can do to help recover your hoop and enjoy the process of hooping or living life. So just throw yourself in the big circle and see how it goes. So, and you can just dive through it. So there's lots of ways to do this fun hoop recovery or life recovery, as the case may be. So lots of ways to do this. I've covered how to do the backpack before. And there's a way to do that. Oh, this is a small hoop, but you end up coming through it like that. With a bigger hoop, it's a little easier to do, a lot easier to do, actually. Anyway, that's a fun recovery move, is that just aim for the big circle, and hook arm is a great way to do that. And you can take and twist this around. So if the hoop is flying, rather than have this look of horror on your face, like, oh my goodness, it's doing something, enjoy the process. Because much like the hoop going out of control, sometimes life does that too. So kind of just sit down, strap in, and enjoy the ride sometimes, because it can be quite a fascinating journey, wouldn't you say? So yeah, type in the comments. Thanks so much, Mallory. Hi. So also coming up, I'm going to do, it should be tomorrow, I'm going to do a webinar. And if you are catching this, I will have the link up for this. So even if you don't catch it live, you can catch the recording of it. And I'm going to be doing a webinar of my 5 top hula hoop and dance training hacks, which are great fun. And I'll be doing a couple of hula hoop tricks in there as well. Hoop dancing. Yes. Right, Mallory? Yes, yes, yes. So sign up for that and join me on that. That should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. All right. So what do we cover in this episode? I'm going to go over the nutshell notes in a real brief time here. So we covered the power of positivity, why, even when you don't wake up with the most positive attitude, most positive outlook, how you can bring your outlook in bring your outlook in to make it more positive, because outlook is everything. And this started with noticing when you're not in that state, appreciating something of goodness when you are in that state, and then focusing on that and breathing through that appreciation, that gratitude, and seeing that silver lining, if you will. So glass half full, half empty. It's how you choose to perceive it. The glass still has the same amount of liquid in there, whether you see it one way and I see it a different way. It is what it is. Period. That is okay. So, and then we did the laughter yoga side undulation breath, where we took a nice deep inhale in, and then left it out. Inhale in and left it out. So that was the side undulation laughter yoga breath. That was a fun exercise that we did. And then we did the cool hoop recovery move. That was a variety move. I was demonstrating one, which was a hook recovery move, which is just anywhere in the big plastic circle, just throw it in and then act as if you meant to do that. So you can take, how about with an elbow? If you can. That's why I like the hook arms too. So, whee, or the foot. That's a fun one. That's one of my favorite recovery moves right there, is to kick it up and dive into it. So sometimes with the problems, you have to just dive into it. It's a big circle, dive into it and grab it. So that is the big hoop recovery move, is to do that. It's a lot of fun. So again, hook arms. You can take this, flip it around, do all that stuff. Mallory said, yes, I needed to do this today. Oh goodness, I'm sorry to hear that, Mallory. Got laid off and need to work on my outlook. Yes. So the positive of that, thanks for reminding me to focus on what I do have and to be. And there is, what is there to be thankful for? That you met all these great people that you worked with, and that they are resources that, know who you are and probably know that you're an awesome person and are probably looking out for you. And so, now that I know that, if I know what you do, I can keep my eye open as well, and also send you positive energy. Sometimes, we don't want to let people know when we're going through things that are tough. So I'm going to use this example. This is a little side note. And my mom, when she had gotten cancer, she ran a health food store. So she didn't want people to think that she didn't know what she was doing, because it was kind of like an admission of failure that she, if she was sick, then, all of this was for naught. Like, why would you want to eat healthy food? Why would you want to take a vitamin or whatever if you're sick, if you got cancer? And she didn't want anybody to know about that. And I looked at her and I said, tell everybody. And because, the resources that are available, tell everybody. That way they know. They don't even know to help you out. So what was really fascinating is the way her friends came out of the woodwork, and people that I didn't even know all that well, or they just stepped up. And somebody would say, hey, there's this doctor that you might want to talk to. There's this thing, there's that thing. Can I bring you some food? Whatever the case may be. When we closed our health food store down, one of our good customers, who I just knew in passing as a customer, she came in all the time. She brought her truck. She helped us take the shelving down and brought all of the shelving in truckloads to my house. So it was like, wow, that was just really awesome. Because we put the word out that we needed some help and stuff like that, and that was and we didn't even say that we needed help, but she just came in and helped. And that was really wonderful. And so, yeah, there's all kinds of things that can come out of a bad situation. When I lost my job after 9/11, everybody got, I think most of the team got laid off. And it wasn't a job that I liked anyway, but getting laid off, it's still a shock. And I ended up going into humor writing. And it was really an interesting turn of events. And everybody's like, well, how'd you do that? And I was like, well, I've been a cartoonist for like, a couple decades now. So it wasn't a far stretch of the imagination. And I had already been writing as well. But I just happened to parlay and get in, and I'd already laid the groundwork on that. And I got into a major newspaper doing a column, and the timing just happened to be right. Had I not lost my job, I would have never had that other great writing opportunity to write for the Denver Post. That was like so cool, like who gets to do that? And not many people. So, there is ways to turn, the things that may not look real pleasant or happy at the moment. There's something that's good about it. When I look at the news sometimes, I just send blessings to those people. So rather than, if I have to watch the news, if somebody else is watching it and I happen to see it or whatever, I'm just sending blessings to those people. I'm sending happy, positive energy and just being grateful for all of the people that help with those people. So if it's something, if it's a disaster happening, I'm thankful for all the people that are able to help, all the volunteers that are nearby, all the people, the emergency workers, the first responders, whoever it may be, their family members, all of those people. I'm sending them energy, and I'm very thankful that these people are available to help in times of crisis, of need, and all of that kind of stuff. So, if you are in need of any of these people, of these resources, do reach out, ask for help, ask your friends, ask your family members, ask for professional help, go network. If it's job related, if you need, if it's a health issue, seek the, and there's not just the ways that you think that are your normal ways of doing things. So like sometimes when you ask your friends, I have a good friend, Cherish, who I already mentioned before. We were talking on the phone the other day, and she had just gotten into a program that I had been working on for a while. And she's like, do you know about that? I'm like, oh yeah, I love this program. It's wonderful. And then later on, she showed me something and she goes, oh, and I said, can you send me a picture of that? And I'm like, oh, that program did that? I didn't know that. That was a solution that I've been looking for, that I didn't even know that the thing that I did that I thought I knew, it does that too. How cool is that? And so I had also given her some help on some things that she needed as well. So, it's a nice exchange of energy when you can do that and be positive for one another. So that's extremely helpful. So sometimes you need to call up and vent with your friends, but also call up and vent positively with your friends as well. So tell them the good things that are going on, and, really, I appreciate when my friends do that with me too. I had a friend of mine, I'm going to do one more story and then I'm going to leave the broadcast. But I had one friend of mine who, she would call me up. She was an old college roommate of mine, and she would call me up and just tell me when the bad stuff happened. And I would get a call from her every once in a while. And it got to be where I dreaded picking up the phone because I just knew something awful. She was going to tell me something terrible, just like that. I'm like, and I just didn't. And it was like an energy vampire. And so one time I finally said, you know what? I would really, really like it if you called me up when you had something good to tell me, like something good is going on in your life, because I would like to hear about that too. That would be really helpful, that you would call me for those times as well. Of course you can call me when you need me, and you need somebody to bounce ideas off of, or you need a shoulder to cry on, and you know that I'm very supportive of that. But also call me when the good things are happening too. So we need to reach out in those good times as well. So looking at the positive. So I really appreciate you being here and watching, and thank you everybody who's watching live. Thank you so much for commenting and sending out hearts and all of that kind of good stuff. Again, if you want to sign up for my webinar of my 5 top hula hoop and dance training hacks, I will put a link on this feed for that. And I'm so glad that you were here. I'm so glad that you spend this time with me. And oh, wow, there's emojis coming in that I didn't even know existed. They're like exciting. Those are so cool. And they're just popping in, and it's so neat. Oh, I love it. I love it. Very good. Very good. Yay. Very good. Very good. Yay. So, and hubby just popped in too. Oh, thank you, Mallory. Much love to you guys too. So, thank you so much for watching. Definitely catch the rest of the series, the power of positivity, and we'll be covering all kinds of neat topics, more hooping, more health, all that kind of good stuff. So, meet me here on the Mondays, or anytime that you want to catch the recording. So, all right, take care, you guys. Rock on. Peace out. Thank you. Oh, you guys are awesome. All righty. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye.